doing research for all these networks, I found out so much I didn't know, and now that I actually like ask myself these things, I'm like, how did I not notice these things?
Like what?
Let's see, what's the most incredible thing? Well, the reason why Nickelodeon's doing so bad ever since 2000, Nickelodeon's been doing bad so bad since 2000. It's because of SpongeBob, and SpongeBob is like the core reason why they're such in a crisis, because they played it safe and doubled down on SpongeBob, and every other episode, every other car. What the fuck is going on? Hold up, I'll continue in a minute. Anyways, and since they doubled down on SpongeBob, like all the other shows they had kind of was lackluster and nothing was as good as SpongeBob. And now it's at the point where SpongeBob, it's been like 2 decades, and SpongeBob is still not over, and it has the Simpsons effect where a lot of people say that it should end, but that it's such a money grabber that they're just gonna keep putting out episodes.
Yep.
And that honestly, they had something to beat SpongeBob, but they were like scared to do anything about it with it. They were scared to do anything with it because it was so different, and they basically said fuck it. Like they had Avatar: The Last Airbender, it did good with the seasons and it made twice as more than SpongeBob, but since it wasn't SpongeBob and they were on SpongeBob for so long, they didn't want to do like anything crazy with it. So when Legend of Korra came out, they just fucking pissed it away. Like there was things wrong with Legend of Korra, but it wasn't a bad show. It could have been better, but they didn't get the spotlight like fucking SpongeBob did. So like halfway through its season, it got taken off Nick and was only online on their website until it was over. So, and there was a funny thing that I found out. They said Avatar versus. They said, well, if you don't believe that SpongeBob is the core reason, you could put it in this way. Put SpongeBob and Avatar against each other, and look what it did. Avatar: The Last Airbender got a movie, and it was shit because Nickelodeon really had no 2 cents in it. And it was mostly directors who didn't know anything about it, compared to SpongeBob being on for 2 decades, 2 movies, and a 3rd one on the way in 2019. All successful. With Nickelodeon's input.
Yeah.
It's pissed away.
Well, I don't think Avatar could have replaced SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, no, it was just a good property. You know, it could have been another. They could have had SpongeBob and Avatar in the pocket, but now they just. I don't know.
Avatar was a story that had to have a beginning and middle, and so they did everything that they needed to do. I don't think they could take it any further. But I mean, they have cartoons on Nick that are like good for that. They're good for like a long episodic fucking run. Random shit. But yeah, like you said though, they really aren't ready to get rid of SpongeBob, and until they do, they're not gonna advance anymore.
Yeah. And then
I mean, they lost like everything else. They lost all the Butch Hartman shit. They
lost all the Butch Hartman shit. Dan Schneider has been like the producer, and he just left. So the only thing I see that has something coming from it is what I posted on Instagram, and it's fucking Blue's Clues and all that. Just because all that is being made by people who've been there since the start, and and like it's Cal, the girl, and the guy. I forgot their names. Who cares about them?
I don't
honestly.
know either.
Yeah, but they're overwatching it because like they lived it, and like skits I seen were pretty funny. Like they have like a music video on their YouTube channel, basically introducing like the new kids of all that, and it actually made me fucking oh fuck.
Oh, I just saved all of you. And now I'm not gonna get the same treatment.
Bro, I'm fucking the Genji. I don't know what you want me to do. What's Genji do? Oh, I killed him! Never mind, I lived!
Bro, I just fucking Iron Gianted that fucking self-destructive.
What the fuck is shooting me?
You guys let me die for it.
I didn't let you die. I didn't even know who you were.
I was a fucking Iron Giant.
Oh, I got you, stupid diva! Oh! Get that bitch. Yeah, and then, let's see, what else did I find out? Well, the only thing they didn't talk about on Nick, which I was kind of surprised, were their live action stuff. Even though, when Nickelodeon started off with pure live action, like, even like before, they were called the #1 place for kids before they had cartoons. And then in the 70s, and then until the 90s, they made their first cartoons, and it was Rugrats, I forgot what else it was. Another, bro, it was Rugrats, bro, and you know everything else that came out. Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy. There you go.
Yep, Ren and Stimpy. That's what did it.
Yeah, and then after that, then you got all the other cartoons, which was Hey Arnold, fucking, you know, the rest. I don't even have to fucking mention it. But yeah, they mentioned all that, but they didn't like. There's like some of the. Then they came out with live action. The live action, they did both. They were like a duo. The live action was like Double Dare, Keenan and Kel, Amanda Show. But they
all those fucking that other shit. Yeah, I forget what
Kablam!
it was. Yeah.
Oh, bitch, you got me. Not the Maholts. Hold up.
Oh, fuck. We really out here doing this.
Oh, fucker, you're not Reinhardt. Oh! Oh, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. We got it, we got it, we got it. You want me to just pop my fucking rally to me right now? That's exactly what happened last time. No one's here. There's a Reaper somewhere. Doesn't matter.
Oh shit.
Nickelodeon shit. Nickelodeon's was kind of depressing in the way where I found out why some of my favorite shows ended.
Which one?
Fucking Billy and Mandy, Etta and Eddie.
That's Cartoon Network.
What? That's Cartoon Network. Oh, I'm on Cartoon Network. I don't know where that's at. I don't even know what that was. Get the fuck off my payload, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, and
What was the reason for Etta and Eddie and Billy and Mandy?
Where's my fucking book at? I don't even know my. Basically, in 19. Fuck. I'm gonna say 1990. No, in 2007, the manager of Cartoon Network who made the slots, something Pages. He's the one who made like with him there, like all the shows that we know, like that got like Billy Mandy, Ben 10. There's like many more that became like a show. Like I know I named like probably not the best shows, but you know there's more. But like the shows, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was promotional stuff for Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was pretty stupid that they did. That they were leaving boxes everywhere in fucking New York, and everyone thought they were bombs. So
yeah, I remember that part.
So he thought he took blame for it, and he stepped down as chairman. And then this other guy came, something Ryder, and when he came here, he fucking canceled Etta and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, Toonami. He canceled all of them. He just canceled them for no reason. Like they were doing good. He just fucking canceled them. And then when he canceled them, he was also like, this guy was like a fucking manager for WWE too. So like everything, like, and then he started saying like live action was the wave. So like, hey dude, what will happen? And build destroy came out, and all the like all this sports shit on fucking Cartoon Network came out, and it was tanking like horrible. And there's even more live action, and like I could tell you them, you probably wouldn't know what the fuck they were because I never heard of them. And then after that,
Unnatural History.
And then after that, he thought, oh well, reality shows are a thing. Let's make reality shows like Total Drama Island 16 and see how that fucking goes. And that did bad too. Well, Total Drama Island was alright. It wasn't the best, but like fucking, it was bad. Yeah, and then after that, yeah, fucking after that, that lasted till 2010, and we only got 2 shows out of 2010 that did good, and that was Regular Show and Adventure Time. And the thing about them was because how they're made and how they're like they talk and present themselves well with older kids, older people like us, which will be us by then, like adults, because they were like 18. But also there was enough context in there for kids to laugh and, oh bitch. I accidentally shot that at you. That's funny. She ran into it. And then after that was Steven Universe.
Well, see, the thing with all those too, like, oh shit.
Get him.
Right into that. Right, get what? Oh shit, here I go.
Sacrifice myself.
Oh, bitch. I had my ult too. Those are all like passion projects for the people who created them. So like they actually did a good call in accepting pitches instead of trying to like manufacture something. You know what I mean? Like those were all ideas that were pitched to them, not that came from inside. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, and it's crazy because Nickelodeon was pitched Adventure Time twice, and they passed for it. They passed on it for fucking Chum Chum and whatever. They chose Fanboy. They chose Fanboy and Chum Chum over Adventure Time, which is
crazy.
Already cancer as it is.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it really wasn't that good either.
Fucking horrible. The show fucking sucks.
Well, I mean, that fit more their like weird episodic fucking feel for their cartoons that they always wanted to have.
Enemy contact.
Oh fuck. Yeah, and then in Teen Titan Go, basically, they're the person who runs, like, who's the manager of Cartoon Network now, she doubled down on Teen Titans Go. That's why we're seeing a lot of it, because she's playing safe. And like, if you noticed, every other show that comes out, that Teen Titans Go came out like in 2000 something, but something else that came out at the same time was a Powerpuff Girls reboot, and it's basically the same exact thing as Teen Titans Go. Like,
it is.
And then at the same time as that it was a reboot of Scooby-Doo, which was the same thing as Powerpuff Girls, which is the same thing as Teen Titans Go.
Which is crazy, because they already had a reboot of Scooby-Doo.
They had more than one. They had more than one. They had like 6.
Yeah, but I mean, this one was like had like an overarching narrative. Like it was like there was like stuff going on, you know, like it wasn't just like, oh, here's the bad guy in the episode and then it's over. It was like both. There was like a conspiracy going on, and like a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and like characters returned.
Oh, I thought it was fucking. Oh, it doesn't matter. You're still a bitch.
But yeah, and so the new one they rebooted, they made that one more of a just a one-off episode. Like, oh yeah, it's whatever, and then it's like more funny than anything.
Oh, bro, I could just save the clip, bro. I put it on for an hour. We could just save the clip and upload this.
I'm staking my claim on the objective.
Fucking genius. But yeah, and then Disney Channel. Don't get me started on Disney Channel. Killed themselves. Like Disney, like, and it's crazy because it's like Disney Channel was so fucking smart, but yet they were so fucking stupid. So do you know? I want you to guess right now. What do you think is Disney Channel's first major fucking cartoon show? Major.
First major cartoon show
That took them off. That blew up. Yeah, I guarantee you won't guess it.
that wasn't like all of their old shit.
No, you can name anything you want, because I guarantee you'll be like, what the fuck? Because like,
I'm trying to think. I can't even remember what was Disney Channel.
yeah.
Was it something off of Jetix?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Just guess, because I guarantee you'll be.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyper Force.
It was fucking DuckTales, bro. And you know what the thing about DuckTales was?
Why didn't I think of that?
DuckTales wasn't even a Disney Channel show, because the way they had it, it was a Disney animation show. Because of how they had it back then, Disney Channel was an addition to cable that no one had.
Yeah.
And then when they finally released it in like 19 fucking something, I don't know who's on my team. I think I wasted that. It was like the only show that screamed like Disney and had some like a mascot that wasn't Mickey, because Mickey did good, but it was like that wasn't even like a Disney Channel thing. Mickey was just like a character that came first.
Yeah.
And then DuckTales lasted until.
Mickey wasn't even supposed to be the fucking the flagship character. It was supposed to be what's his face. That's in
Mortimer Mouse.
No, it wasn't Mortimer. It was the,
That was
it was the
supposed to be his
rabbit
name.
or whatever.
Fucking
I forgot what his
Tricks.
name is. But he's in that game. He's in the Mickey,
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse game. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Bro. Oh fuck. But yeah, so they did that, right? And then like you got DuckTales ended like in the 90s, because DuckTales came out DuckTales came out, I'm gonna say like 1979 and ended like 1984. They had like 100 episodes between each other. And then after that, like, because they had like identity crisis, so they had like they had Nick, and then they had Disney Channel, Freeform, ABC, and Disney XD, which switched between like Jetix and all that, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember when they split everything.
Yeah.
Freeform is ABC Family.
Yeah.
And they already had like ABC shit. Like that's where like you'd get the reruns of Disney Channel stuff is on like ABC if you didn't have cable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so what happened was that for live action, right? They had the biggest thing was Lizzie McGuire, and then after that they just like, all right, we have a star, we're gonna pump it out and we're gonna pump it and squeeze it. Fucking Lizzie McGuire, fucking Raven, fucking Hannah Montana, like all these people, like
Even
they had,
Stevens.
yeah, even Stevens, like, oh, it's you, dude.
Oh, it's me.
And then like they fucking just like spread it and like they squeezed them, and then look what happened to Miley Cyrus. She just fucking.
Well, because what happened was initially,
Damn, when did you do that?
because you remember the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse
Yeah.
and how that was like Britney Spears and frickin' Christina Aguilera and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
They found out they could do that. They're like, oh, well, we can just take kids that are like 10, start making them sing, and then by the time they're older, we can squeeze them out for shows and music. And so that's what they try to do with everybody. That's why like Zendaya is the way she is, Bella
Can you
Thorne's the
back
way
up?
she is.
Can you back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Shake It Up. I fucking love that show. That show was fucking good. But I always have stuff with like people with dancing and showing off the arts, because I like you don't really see that much anymore. So
Yeah.
that's why I really like Victorious.
Oh, I got a legendary.
And then
Oh, I got the gargoyle.
and then the thing about that And then the like fucking so that shitted away, right? So like their cartoons were like all over the place, and then you had like fucking Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. You had like all these bad like shows, right? And then along the way, you had these bangers, which was fucking that came out with yeah, Gravity Falls. That was the savior basically. Overarching story, fucking lore, fucking mystery, right? And then after that, you had like Wander Over Yonder, and then after Yonder Over Yonder, you had Star versus the Forces of Evil. All these things were like had like all three of these people had like creators that worked on it at one point. You know what I mean? I think the people of Wander Over Yonder had like the artist of who created Star versus Forces of Evil. And then what happened was is that Gravity Falls were all a hit. Like they were all like every single one of them. And then
Yeah.
what happened was they were on Disney Channel, and then they put them over on Disney XD, and then their followers dropped. And then fucking Gravity Falls had an ending because you know that was popular one of the most. But then Wander Over Yonder, that fucking just got canceled because that shit just tanked. And Star versus the Forces of Evil, it had an ending, but it was forced because it was getting the same treatment. Because it was switched from Disney Channel to Disney XD, and the following didn't follow. Because if nowadays, if you don't have the certain bundle, you don't get Disney XD.
Yeah, because
It's the same thing that happened from the beginning.
that and like that Nicktoons and Boomerang are all extra. Like nobody just gets those anymore.
Yeah.
Like, those are all like a part of some other fucking package.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Hold on. Yeah, it's all another package, and like. And then when that happened, now in Disney Channel, what are they? Well, see with Disney, they have two new shows coming out. And one it looks like, one sort of is like reminiscent of Star vs. Forces of Evil. It's called like Amphibia or something like that. Well, a girl falls into like a world where it's all amphibians and stuff like that. It's very colorful, and they have one called like The Owl House, which looks exactly like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Like there's monsters and stuff like that, but that doesn't come out till like next year, and there's no video on it. But Cartoon Network, I think Cartoon Network's the one that's like up shit's creek because they have this one show coming out called Meow Meow, and no, not really. They have Meow Meow that's coming out this year, and it's just like a cat, like a cat that's just fucking antisocial, but it's a hero. And it fights dragons. But they have this one called Infinity Train that looks interesting. It's like a mystery kind of thing. I posted it on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And it's just
I mean,
like
Cartoon Network's not doing too bad because they like plucked all that talent from like the few original things they did have. Like the earlier ones, it was Chowder.
Chowder.
Actually, I think Flapjack was the first one. I think Flapjack was the first one.
Yeah, Flapjack and Chowder were like during all that.
Everybody who worked on Flapjack ended up being one of the creators for one of their bigger things.
Yeah,
so
like I think
Flapjack, because Flapjack was first, and then out from that came Chowder, and then Pendleton Ward also worked on Flapjack, so he came out of that to make Adventure Time. J.G. Quintel also worked on.
It worked on Flapjack. Yeah, he was the artist. He came out to
make the regular show, and it all kind of fans out of there because then Rebecca Sugar worked on Adventure Time, and then she made Steven Universe.
Yeah.
And I forget. And Alex Hirsch, I think, worked on Chowder, and then he split off, and then he was, I don't know, he was like the only one that didn't stick with Cartoon Network, probably because they didn't want to greenlight his show for whatever reason. And he got his greenlit by Disney, and I know there was like a lot of stuff he had to take out of that show that. I think he was planning to be on Cartoon Network, so he had like a little more raunchy stuff. Like he wanted there to be like way more times where it sounded like Uncle Stan was gonna say fuck. Like he had like way more, but they only allowed him to do that one time. Where he was like, oh hey, I'm on the, because there's like a scene where he's like on a security camera. He's like, oh hey, there's no kids around right now. I'm gonna say fuck, and then it bleeps him out or whatever. He only got to do that one time, and I know he said he wanted to do that like multiple times.
Yeah.
And just a lot of other stuff.
Yeah,
so,
they really did. They did really got. I don't want to say lucky, but they did pluck. They, like you said, they did pluck like the right people out, because like same thing. That sort of goes the same thing for the guy who made regular show, because he has one on like what, I forgot. He has a new show on TBS where it's just like they said like regular show was for teenage years, and this show, which is called it's
I know
like
what you're talking about.
it's
Like
it's a
the two
phrase. It's
people
like
like live in
regular
an
show.
apartment.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
phrase. I can't think of it. It's an easy phrase. But yeah, it's about adulthood. So and it's like it has
Yeah.
cussing and like all that, and I sort of want to watch it. I always wanted to, but
I saw
yeah,
like a little bit because even the regular show was supposed to be like up tilted more towards like an older audience. I'm pretty sure they wanted it to be on like Adult Swim or something. Because if you
yeah.
go watch the pilot for it, it's like this really stupid cartoon called 11 in the AM PM about two dudes who drop acid.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and it's hilarious. It's funny because like it starts out and it's very much it's like the voice of Benson and then the voice of who's the bird? I forget his name now.
Mordecai.
Yeah, it's the voice of Mordecai, and so they're just these two dudes who work at a gas station, and he's like, oh hey dude, you want some special Halloween candy? He's like, oh yeah sure, and he eats it. And he's like, dude, what's in this candy? I feel like I'm freaking out. It's like, oh I think I put weed in the candy. He's like, you put weed in the candy? He's like, no, it wasn't weed. He's like, oh thank God. It's like, it was acid, and so they just take acid and they start like shifting through all of the characters from regular show. Like he becomes the bird, he becomes like the lollipop dude, he becomes Benson, you know. And that's it. And that's the freaking the pilot for this fucking show. I don't know how they got a green light off of that, but they did.
Yeah, cause right now, I mean, I guess you can count Rick and Morty as a cartoon, I guess, but that's more like that's Adult Swim, isn't it?
It is Adult Swim.
Yeah, and like
Well,
I don't know.
Adult Swim has always been kind of better about that
Mm,
because they also have like a close knit group of people that they get their stuff out of. Like
yeah, like
like they
everyone.
all run. They're like every batch of shows has like a circle of people involved in it.
Yeah, cause I didn't even know if I wanted to talk about Adult Swim. Like I mentioned it in like the notes I had, but like cause I wanted to focus like on like kids cartoons, cause I know some kids. Well, nowadays fucking that so you fucking watch it, but cause like I didn't mention Toonami either, cause it got canceled by that guy.
And Toonami wasn't anything original. Toonami was all anime.
Yeah, it was anime, but it was on the channel. That's
So
why I didn't
like
want to add like.
yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like the ones who winning right now is like probably like Nickelodeon, and that or Nick it'd be like Nickelodeon. Yeah, because I don't know what Disney Channel, because Disney Channel will have anything but reruns right now. All their shows, like I don't even know what and it's crazy because I was gonna talk about like a live action thing, and like with Nickelodeon, like none of their live action things I never fucking heard of or seen a commercial for. And like all I could think about was like Ned's Declassified, Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show, all that, Cousin Skeeter, Tiana,
Well,
like stuff.
I know most of their new stuff. I know they did one that was about video games. I
Oh
think,
yeah, where
or
they
was
make
that, or was
video
that
game
Disney?
creative. No, that was Nick. That was Nick. Keenan
Was
was
it
in
Nick?
it. Cal was in it,
Oh, you're right. He was. Yes.
but I don't know what happened to
There was
that.
that one. There was. I know that the Sam and Cat one failed.
Oh yeah, they were just hot. That's all. Fucking.
Well, neither of them
Victorious.
liked each other. Like
Yeah, they didn't like each other.
they
Yeah.
really were just like, oh, you're the most popular characters besides the main character on each of these shows, so you're gonna be in your own show now, together. And so like there was no like chemistry there at all. They were like, yeah, no, we'll be in this fucking show.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk like next time. We should just talk about the live action ones, cause like I tell you what, like they really didn't mention like all the research I did, like nothing popped up like oh Drake and Josh, oh fucking other than like Disney talking about Hannah Montana, they didn't talk about like what is fucking like yeah, well other than that's it. But like Nickelodeon had like a lot of bang. We should talk about Nickelodeon's live action stuff because I don't Cartoon Networks is pretty trash. But
Well, Cartoon Network's problem is that they didn't have like a basis for anything, whereas Nickelodeon did, because Nickelodeon did like all that, and then they went from all that to the Amanda
Double
Show, and then
Dare,
the Amanda
yeah.
Show into Drake and Josh, and then Drake and Josh into iCarly, and iCarly into Victorious, whatever. There was like a stream of things where like as soon as one was ending, the other one started.
Dan
Whereas, like,
Schneider's
when Cartoon-
Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Whereas Cartoon Network's like, okay, so we're gonna just drop all of these shows at the same fucking time because it was like It was like Destroy, Build, Destroy. It was the whatever. They were like MythBusters kind of dudes. I don't know what the hell.
Oh
The show
yeah,
was
no,
called.
it was MythBusters. It was something like that. I think it
Because that's
was.
what they did. They were like, they would like set up something, and then they're like, "Oh, can we do it? Can we make this stupid thing happen?" And then that was it. It was just MythBusters, but for kids, right? And then I remember they did their crossover episode, but then they also dropped the two drama shows at the same time, which was Tower Prep and Unnatural History, and they were like these hour-long dramas, you know, and so they dropped those two live-action fucking reality-ish shows, and then just all this other crap that they dropped, and like there was no like rhyme or reason to it. They were just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, and because none of it sticks really well because there was just too much. There was just too much. So that's the same thing that happened to what was it, Mondo? Mondo's like barely around anymore because that's what they were trying to do, and they were like a YouTube channel, so that's probably also why. But Mondo was like just constantly making pitches. They were like, here's a new show, here's a new show, here's a new show, here's a new show, and they were just trying to figure out which one would like catch everybody's attention, but they were all just like there was just too many, you know? Like they should have
Yeah.
just like stuck with like a few of them and like see where they could get them instead of trying to like run through ideas.
Yeah, and like, yeah, because all I could find, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like, because they had like a lot of stuff that was canceled prematurely. Well, I can't say Ed and Eddie was canceled prematurely because they got a movie and it tied up things with everything. Like, I just rewatched it
Yeah.
yesterday, but like,
Yeah, they like finally showed his brother and everything.
yeah, and why Eddie was like a dick to everybody was just like trauma because his brother used to beat the fuck out of him and not like a brother way, like a fucking abusive ass way.
Yeah. And then there was also like the Christmas movie too. The Christmas movie kind of added a lot.
Yeah, and I remember when they went to school, bro. That was crazy when I flipped the channel and they were in
That
when they
fucking
were in
blew my
school
mind.
and they had like
'Cause I
different
never
clothing.
I never thought that they had to go to school. I didn't know what the hell I thought they did.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
think it was summer or anything. I was just like, yeah, no, they're just chilling.
They're chilling in the
guess.
cul-de-sac after school, bro. They're just out there on the weekends. Yeah, Billy Mandy was cool. They never had an ending. I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm gonna send
Well,
Josh.
the cool thing about Billy Mandy was like
Billy
kinda
Mandy
like
had Billy Mandy had lore. Like what that one dude's fucking mom was a mummy or something like that.
yeah, well, it all because there's also like a culmination of other people too, because it was some of the guys who because they were in the show as well, like the guys from Evil Con Carne
Oh
were in
yeah.
there. One of their shows, like, and then they made the reference to Powerpuff Girls and everything, and it was a lot of those people, it was a lot of those same people.
Bro, I forgot. Oh yeah, remember when Billy and Mandy? I don't know if you remember the episode when Billy called like someone to help, and like he called Ed and Eddie. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And then he wanted
And
like
he called the kids. And he called the kids next door.
no, yeah, no, yeah. He was like he wanted help. And he was like, oh, that'll cost a quarter. That'll cost 50 cents. He was like 50 cents. He was like, no money. He was like, we don't do charity work. You might as well just go call the kids next door. That was that good
Yeah.
funny. I was like, oh, that was so cool. And like they did have the reboots too as well. Like Samurai Jack was probably like the biggest one next to Powerpuff Girls. But that didn't end well. I mean, it was cool, but it didn't end well. Like everyone liked it. Everyone had like criticisms about it.
And everybody, I remember, because I was like deep in the fucking Kids Next Door lore for a
Oh,
bit.
so was I. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kids Next Door.
Bro, and the people were like really upset because they ended Kids Next Door on a note that could have ended. You know, like it was like, oh, he's like part of the Space Kids Next Door or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
You know, the Galactic Kids Next Door. And it's like, oh, that's a fine point to end it on. You know, one of the team is leaving, so the team's not the same. And they started like the little kids were like being inducted to the Kids Next Door as well, like the little siblings of some of the people.
Yeah, Tommy.
Or, like, little cousins.
He wanted to be number
Yeah.
B or something like that.
Yeah,
So
and so
fucking-
like they're getting inducted, and so that was a good place to end it on. But a lot of people were still like, "Well, we want to see what the Galactic Kids Next Door was up to, like what the fuck kind of shit they did." And then I remember
There was a teaser.
was, like,
It was like a hidden
there was
thing
a teaser for that. Yeah, where you had to like go through all this shit and like
on the
you know, like, all these
website, like
websites and
solve a
whatever.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like I want to say that was like 2 or 3 years ago now when that happened.
Yeah, I think it was maybe
And then
a
we
little
never-
longer. But yeah.
And we never got anything out of that, but it was tight. It was hella tight, whatever.
Yeah, because it was galactic. It was in space. Yeah, they were in space. Yeah, the movie
And he
was
was doing,
cool
like-
for Kids Next Door.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
I forgot what the fuck it was about, but it was tight.
fucking number 0 was his fucking dad,
Oh yeah.
and he was related to fucking father, bro. That was fucking fresh, bro.
I
When
saw
that was-
that coming.
when
I
he
don't
was
know why
uncle-
I saw that coming.
Bro, and it was so cool because their grandfather was the ultimate evil, like, too. It was funny. And then when like he was like telling his like grandfather was telling father like he was like such a fucking waste and everything. He goes, "That's it. I'm tired of it." And like he like finally powered up, and grandfather's like, "Oh fuck!" And then he like fizzled out. He goes, "Never mind. I can never beat Dad. It's just a load of poo poo." And he just like went and left. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like you had him. He was scared. Yeah, but like I don't know. That's what I really wanted to talk about. All these cartoons, like there was so much stuff like I didn't know about it. You know, like how did I not see that Cartoon Network sucked? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what did I do like during those years? Because I literally came back to Cartoon Network when Adventure Time and regular show was my shit. I wasn't a huge fan of Adventure Time at first, but like halfway through like regular show, like mid of all their seasons, like their complete. So like I started watching Adventure Time. And the first Adventure Time I watched was one about the Ice King and Marceline, like back in the day. That was the first episode I watched when like during the
The
happening.
Remember You?
Yeah. I started watching it then. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start watching the show. And then
That was like the last episode I watched.
and then I started
did.
watching everything else, and then I watched the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure I missed some episodes. And then after that, like with Disney Channel, like I don't know fucking what the fuck I watched on Disney Channel other than like.
I only watched their XD stuff pretty much because like
Yeah.
I like Super Robot Monkey Team.
Dude, you didn't watch
I lo-
fucking Dog with the Blog?
Why the fuck would I watch Dog on the Block? I didn't. My sister was the one who liked all those shows. Like she liked the Charlie, whatever the fucking Charlie one was.
Oh, bro, that
What-
girl's hot. I'm about to look her up on Instagram right now. Does she have Instagram? It's
Her
20.
face? Oh, she's in that new show, huh? Debbie Ryan,
What the
right?
fuck is
That's
that?
her? That's the girl from that show. The main girl. I forget. Anyway,
What is it? Sunny with
Um,
the... Bro, fucking...
Sunny with a Chance was another one she liked, I think.
Bro, fucking... have you seen that show Life with Derek? Dude, that girl was bad on Life with Derek. That was
I
actually
did
the
not.
funniest show. I follow her.
I don't
I follow her on Facebook, bro. She has a fucking kid, so she's not as bad anymore. But, but that show was basically about, and I liked it because they had like the same premise as Drake and Josh. Like these two families came together, and then they went to school together, and they became like step brothers, and they were so dysfunctional, and like every single episode, like they'll clash, and then they'll like resolve things, and it was so cool because it wasn't one of those shows that like, oh, they did something good here and then unraveled the next. No, it built up to their last movie where they basically came together and became like the perfect family. Not the perfect, but you know, they didn't fight anymore. You know what I mean? All their drama was let out. Like, why are you always doing this, Derek? And he was like, because I'm fucking scared. Like my family, like, I don't want to lose like a family again. Because I don't know what happened. I guess they both lost their opposite parents, I guess.
Yeah.
And like they came together to save like a lake or something from like a company, like from fucking, I don't know. But it was a good show. And then yeah, there was like a lot of live action stuff that was kind of good. And then there was like some that were bad, like Dog with the Blog. I didn't watch that shit.
Bro, that one was hella stupid.
And then their Disney XD has Gravity Falls, Star. Vincent watched Wander Over Yonder. Bro, he will always fucking come in the chat, wander over yonder, wander, yonder. And I'll do shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Stop
I heard
singing.
good things about it.
Yeah, it was colorful. I mean, I just didn't watch it, you know what I mean? I didn't hate it. And then Star came on, and then, like, yeah, I don't know what else was before other than dumb shows.
And Disney XD was kind of where all the Marvel shows went too.
Yeah,
All
and
the
I watched the
animated
Avengers
Marvel.
stuff. Like, some of the stuff they have now, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't know, the voices ain't doing it for me. It's not...
And they're all kind of samey. Like they all look the same.
They all look...
You know,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Because I know they're all supposed to like come together every now and then to do like a big thing, and like that's fine, that's whatever. But
Hmm.
I like some of the other ones. Like I like the Spider-Man show that had. It was a really weird one
Oh,
too because he was part of the Avengers and he was young, and then like
that's the one with
Venom was
Drake
also
Bell?
there. Yeah, it was. I think it's the one with Drake Bell.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was my favorite. He had the monkey noises when he was
and
confused.
like Iron Fist was in there, and like he was a
Yeah,
kid. I was like, what?
yeah, bro, that was fresh. That was a good show. I
That
don't
was
know
hella
what the
tight.
fuck happened. But yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess that's basically it. I should just save this and upload it. I don't know if I got all of it.
I don't know.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.